Welcome to US Coins World. What if I told you that some of the rarest and most valuable US coins might be hiding right under your nose? Today, we're uncovering incredible treasures, coins so rare, they could make you a fortune overnight. Ready to discover hidden history and cash in on some amazing finds? Let's dive in. Top 1 today, we're shining a spotlight on a very special piece of American history, the United States 2000 Virginia State Quarter. At first glance, it might look like any other quarter in your change jar. But hold on tight, because this little coin holds a secret that could make it worth an astonishing amount of money. If you love coins, history, or just the thrill of finding a rare gem, listen closely and enjoy this journey into the fascinating world of the Virginia State Quarter. Let's start with a bit of background. In the year 2000, the U.S. Mint released a series called the 50 State Quarters Program, designed to celebrate each state with unique designs showcasing their culture, landmarks, and history. The Virginia Quarter was the first coin released that year and quickly became a favorite for collectors. The design features 3 ships, Susan Constant, Godspeed, and Discovery, which were part of the fleet that brought the first English settlers to Jamestown in 1607, marking the beginning of permanent English settlement in North America. The word Virginia is boldly inscribed above the ships, along with the date 1607 to 2000, and E pluribus unum, the national motto meaning, out of many, one. This quarter was minted in huge numbers, with millions produced for circulation and collectors alike. But don't let that fool you. Despite its mass production, some Virginia quarters are incredibly rare, and some even come with minting errors that make them extremely valuable. Now, here's where things get really interesting for collectors. Certain Virginia state quarters from 2000 carry unique characteristics that are highly sought after. One of the most famous varieties is the double die error. This occurs when the coin's design is stamped twice slightly off register, creating a doubling effect on the lettering or design elements. On the Virginia quarter, collectors have found double die varieties that cause the inscriptions, like Virginia or E pluribus unum, to appear thicker, blurry, or shadowed. Another rare and fascinating error is the die crack. This happens when the die used to strike the coin develops cracks due to wear and tear. The cracks show up as raised lines on the coin's surface, almost like little lightning bolts, which can make the coin a unique collector's item. Some Virginia quarters also display a missing edge reading error, where the coin's edge lacks the usual groove texture, making it stand out from all the others. What makes these errors truly special is their scarcity. Most coins go through the minting process perfectly, but these flawed coins sneak through and end up in circulation or collections, becoming prized rarities. For coin enthusiasts, owning an error coin isn't just about monetary value, it's about having a piece of minting history, a story frozen in metal. Now, I know what you're wondering: what's the value of these rare Virginia quarters? Well, the answer depends heavily on the coin's condition and the type of error it has. Circulated coins with slight imperfections might only fetch a few dollars. But when you find one in pristine, uncirculated condition with a clear and distinct double die error or a prominent die crack, the value skyrockets. In fact, some rare error Virginia state quarters from 2000 have sold at auction for jaw-dropping sums. Collectors have paid tens of thousands of dollars for the best examples, especially those graded as mint state or higher by professional grading services. But here's the truly mind-blowing part: the rarest and most flawless error Virginia quarter is valued at a staggering $81,000. Yes, you heard that right. This humble quarter, once just everyday change, can be worth more than many rare gold coins. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that not only tells the story of America's earliest settlers but could also make you a fortune if it's the right variety and in excellent condition. That's the magic of coin collecting. Sometimes, the smallest pieces hold the biggest treasures. So, if you happen to find a 2000 Virginia state quarter in your collection, your wallet, or perhaps a forgotten box of coins, don't just glance over it. Examine it carefully under good light or even a magnifying glass. Look for signs of doubling in the lettering, raised lines indicating die cracks, or unusual smoothness on the edge where reading should be. These subtle details could be the key to unlocking a spectacular discovery. Coin collectors, this is the perfect reminder why attention to detail matters. Every coin has a story, but only a few become legends. The 2000 Virginia State Quarter with its rare errors is one of those legends, waiting to be found, treasured, and valued beyond imagination. Top 2. We're diving into one of the most iconic and highly prized coins from the United States, the 2004 Texas State Quarter. At first glance, it might just look like any other quarter in your pocket. But trust me, this small piece of metal has a fascinating story and a secret value that could blow your mind. If you're a coin lover or just love a good treasure tale, listen carefully and enjoy the ride as we explore what makes this Texas quarter a true collector's dream. Let's begin with the history behind this remarkable coin. In 2004, the United States Mint continued its popular 50-state quarters program, celebrating the unique heritage of each state with special designs. The Texas quarter is especially meaningful because it captures the Lone Star State's proud history and spirit in a way that resonates with Americans everywhere. The reverse side of the coin features the iconic outline of Texas along with the Lone Star, the symbol of Texas's independence and pride. Surrounding the outline, you'll see the words, "The Lone Star State," along with 2004 and "E Pluribus Unum." This design perfectly encapsulates the state's independent spirit, its fierce pride, and its important role in American history. Millions of these quarters were minted and released into circulation, but only a select few have become true treasures. Now, you might be wondering, how can a coin that was made in the millions be rare or valuable? That's where the magic of minting errors and condition come into play. The 2004 Texas quarter is known among collectors for some very special errors that can skyrocket its worth. One of the most fascinating errors to watch for is the double die variety. This minting error happens when the coin's design is struck twice with a slight misalignment. The result? Letters or numbers appear doubled or blurry, almost like a shadow or ghost image next to the original. On the Texas quarter, this double die error can be seen in the inscriptions around the coin or in parts of the Lone Star design. It's subtle but unmistakable once you know what to look for. Another rare error collectors seek is the infamous missing edge reading or flat edge error. Normally, quarters have ridged edges, known as reading, which helps prevent counterfeiting and makes the coin easy to identify by touch. But some 2004 Texas quarters were struck with smooth edges due to a die or machinery error. These flat-edge coins are incredibly rare and highly prized by collectors because they break the norm and tell a unique minting story. Additionally, some Texas quarters exhibit die cracks, tiny raised lines caused when the metal die used to stamp the coin cracks under pressure. These cracks show up as unexpected lines or streaks on the coin's surface, and depending on their size and location, can significantly boost a coin's rarity and value. But here's an important tip for all collectors: condition is king. Even the rarest error coin won't fetch top dollar if it's worn, scratched, or damaged. The most valuable Texas quarters are those preserved in pristine, uncirculated condition, often professionally graded as mint state or higher. These coins look brand new, with sharp details and no signs of wear, making them highly sought after by serious collectors and investors. So, what's the real value of these rare Texas quarters with errors and in top condition? It's nothing short of astonishing. While a standard Texas quarter might be worth just a few cents to a few dollars, an error coin in perfect condition can command prices that seem almost unreal. Collectors and experts agree that the rarest, most flawless 2004 Texas State Quarter error coins can be worth as much as $78,000. Yes, $78,000 for a single quarter, something many of us might have spent without a second thought. Imagine holding a coin that not only symbolizes Texas pride and history but could also be a fortune in your hands. This is what makes coin collecting such an exciting hobby and investment. Sometimes the smallest and most common-looking coins turn out to be the biggest treasures. If you're watching this right now and happen to find a 2004 Texas State Quarter, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe and examine the edges, the lettering, and the details of the Lone Star. Check for any signs of doubling, flat edges, or cracks. If you spot any unusual features, you might be holding a rare and valuable coin. For collectors, these coins are not just currency, they're history, art, and mystery all rolled into one small piece of metal. They're a connection to the past, a symbol of pride, and sometimes, a ticket to significant financial gain. Remember, the journey of coin collecting is full of surprises. A humble quarter can be a legend in disguise, a hidden gem waiting to be discovered in a jar, a drawer, or your pocket change. Top 3. I'm bringing you a fascinating story about a coin that might just be hiding in your pocket or collection without you even realizing its incredible value, the 2015 Saratoga quarter. This isn't just any quarter, it's a piece of history with a tale of rarity, minting errors, and jaw-dropping worth that every coin enthusiast should hear. So, settle in, listen carefully, and enjoy this deep dive into the mysterious world of the 2015 Saratoga State Quarter. First, let's talk about the origin of this coin. The United States Mint issued the 2015 Saratoga Quarter as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, which celebrates national parks and historic sites from every state. This particular quarter honors the Saratoga National Historical Park in New York, the site of the famous battles of Saratoga during the Revolutionary War, often called the turning point that helped secure America's independence. The design on the reverse side of this coin is striking. It features two horses galloping alongside a horse-drawn cannon, symbolizing the crucial cavalry actions during the battles. This vivid imagery is surrounded by inscriptions naming the park, the state, and the motto, E pluribus unum. It's a powerful tribute that connects every holder of the coin with a critical moment in American history. Now, millions of these quarters were minted, and most of them found their way into everyday transactions across the country. But here's the twist: among all these common coins, a small number were minted with fascinating errors or unique variations that make them extraordinarily rare and incredibly valuable. One of the most coveted varieties is the double die error. In simple terms, this happens when the coin is struck twice by the minting press but slightly misaligned. The result? Letters, numbers, or parts of the design appear doubled or shadowed. For the 2015 Saratoga quarter, collectors have found double die effects on inscriptions like Saratoga or New York. This subtle but distinct doubling turns an everyday coin into a rare collector's treasure. Another rare and exciting error is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin blank is not perfectly aligned in the press during minting. As a result, part of the design is missing, and the coin appears misprinted. Off-center strikes on the Saratoga quarter reveal part of the horses or cannon cut off, making each error coin unique and highly desirable for collectors. Some of the rarest versions even show die cracks, thin raised lines caused by tiny fractures in the die itself. These cracks create fascinating patterns on the coin's surface, adding a layer of uniqueness that collectors love. Every crack tells a story about the coin's journey through the minting process, transforming it from a mass-produced piece into a one-of-a-kind artifact. Of course, condition plays a huge role in determining the value of any coin. A Saratoga quarter with errors is worth more if it's in near-perfect, uncirculated condition. These coins have sharp details, no signs of wear, and a bright, lustrous surface. Collectors often seek coins graded as mint state by professional grading services because they carry a premium price. So, how valuable can these rare 2015 Saratoga quarters be? While most are worth only their face value or a few extra dollars, those with clear errors and exceptional condition can command much higher prices. Collectors and experts have documented sales of certain error coins that reach prices well into the thousands, and here's the real kicker: the rarest, flawless 2015 Saratoga quarter error coins have been valued as high as $75,000. Yes, $75,000 for a single quarter. Imagine that for a moment. A small, seemingly ordinary quarter that commemorates a pivotal moment in American history could actually be your ticket to a fortune. It's the kind of find that makes coin collecting thrilling, a true treasure hunt where history and fortune collide. That if you happen to stumble upon a 2015 Saratoga quarter in your change or collection, don't rush to spend or dismiss it. Take a closer look. Use a magnifying glass to check the edges and the lettering for doubling. Look for any signs of misalignment, off-center strikes, or strange raised lines. These tiny details could mean you're holding a very special coin. Remember, coin collecting isn't just about the money, it's about preserving history, uncovering stories, and cherishing art that has been passed through generations. But the added thrill is knowing that one coin can change everything. So, coin enthusiasts, keep your eyes sharp, your collections detailed, and your magnifying glasses ready. Your next great find might be right under your nose: the 2015 Saratoga quarter, rare and valuable, waiting to be discovered. Top 4. We're diving deep into a fascinating and rare coin from the United States, the 2017 Ozark Riverways State Quarter. At first glance, it may look like any other quarter in your change, but if you're a coin lover, you'll want to listen very carefully. This coin holds a story of rarity, minting quirks, and incredible value that could surprise even the most seasoned collectors. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this deep exploration of the Ozark Riverways Quarter, where history, art, and fortune come together. To begin, let's set the stage with the background of this coin. The Ozark Riverways Quarter was part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, which ran from 2010 through 2021 and celebrated national parks and historic sites across the country. The 2017 coin honors the Ozark National Scenic Riverways in Missouri, a beautiful area renowned for its clear rivers, stunning bluffs, and vibrant wildlife. This coin is more than currency, it's a tribute to one of America's natural treasures. The reverse side of this quarter features a captivating design of two smallmouth bass swimming beneath the water's surface, with a background of trees and cliffs that reflect the natural beauty of the Ozarks. The inscriptions include Ozark National Scenic Riverways, Missouri, 2017, and the national motto, E Pluribus Unum. It's a beautifully detailed coin that connects every holder to a piece of American wilderness and history. Millions of these quarters were minted and distributed into circulation, but the story gets interesting when we delve into the rare errors and unique features that make some of these coins exceptionally valuable. In the vast sea of ordinary coins, a handful stand out due to minting anomalies that collectors dream about. One of the most sought-after errors is the double die variety. This minting mistake occurs when the coin's design is stamped twice in a misaligned manner, causing certain elements, like letters, numbers, or images, to appear doubled or shadowed. On the Ozark Riverways Quarter, collectors have spotted double die errors primarily around the inscriptions and sometimes near the fish and water details. These double die coins are prized because each one is unique and a tangible example of minting history. Another rare and fascinating error found on some Ozark Riverways quarters is the off-center strike. This error happens when the coin blank isn't perfectly aligned during the striking process, causing part of the design to be missing or shifted. Off-center coins often show partial or incomplete images, sometimes the base or the cliffs might be cut off, giving the coin a misprinted appearance. These errors are highly collectible because they're so uncommon and add an element of surprise and uniqueness. Additionally, some coins display die cracks, fine raised lines created when the metal dies used for striking the coins crack under pressure. These lines can form interesting patterns across the coin's surface, and depending on their size and placement, they can dramatically boost a coin's rarity and value. For the Ozark Riverways Quarter, die cracks around the fish or inscriptions have become coveted features among collectors. Of course, while errors add incredible value, the condition of the coin is absolutely crucial. Even the rarest error coin will struggle to command top prices if it's worn, scratched, or damaged. That's why the most valuable Ozark Riverways quarters are those that remain in pristine, uncirculated condition, coins that look as if they just came off the mint press. These coins are often professionally graded as mint state or higher and can command a premium in the marketplace. So, what's the market value for these rare and flawless 2017 Ozark Riverways quarters with errors? While the typical coin holds only its face value, error coins in excellent condition can fetch extraordinary sums. The most extraordinary examples, with prominent double die effects, off-center strikes, or significant die cracks, have been known to sell for astonishing amounts. For those lucky enough to own such a coin in perfect condition, the value can soar to as much as $75,000. Yes, $75,000 for a single quarter. This incredible valuation turns what many see as small change into a remarkable treasure. Imagine the thrill of discovering a coin that not only commemorates a stunning natural sight but also carries the promise of a significant fortune. It's these rare finds that make the world of coin collecting so exciting, where history, art, and chance combine in one tiny, beautiful package. If you happen to find a 2017 Ozark Riverways quarter, don't overlook it. Grab a magnifying glass and examine it closely. Look for doubling in the lettering, check the edges and the placement of the design for off-center strikes, and search for any unusual raised lines that could indicate die cracks. These tiny details could transform an ordinary quarter into an extraordinary find. collecting coins like the Ozark Riverway's quarter isn't just about the potential money, it's about connecting with American heritage, celebrating the nation's natural wonders, and experiencing the joy of discovery. But knowing that your coin could be worth tens of thousands of dollars adds an exciting edge to the hobby. Top 5. We're exploring one of the most intriguing coins released in recent years, the 2020 Salt River Bay Quarter from the United States Mint's America the Beautiful series. At first glance, it might seem like just another state quarter, but if you're passionate about coin collecting or even just curious, you're about to discover why this coin is capturing the attention of collectors worldwide. So, listen carefully and enjoy as we uncover the fascinating story, rare errors, and incredible value of the Salt River Bay Quarter. First, a little background. The Salt River Bay Quarter celebrates the Salt River Bay National Historical Park and Ecological Preserve located in the Virgin Islands. This site is historically significant for both its cultural heritage and its natural beauty. It represents the deep roots of indigenous peoples as well as the early encounters between Europeans and Native Americans. The quarter's design vividly depicts a colonial-era cannon, a nod to the island's military history, with waves crashing around it symbolizing the island's maritime environment. Surrounding this image are inscriptions including the park's name, the year 2020, and of course, E Pluribus Unum. This design isn't just art, it's a story frozen in metal. Millions of these quarters were minted and circulated, but what makes some of them stand out from the crowd are the unique errors and variations that occurred during the minting process. These mistakes, often rare and unpredictable, have made some Salt River Bay quarters incredibly valuable to collectors. One of the most fascinating errors you might encounter is the double die variety. This error happens when the coin's design is struck twice with slight misalignment, causing parts of the lettering or images to appear doubled or shadowed. On the Salt River Bay Quarter, double die errors have been spotted around the inscriptions, such as Salt River Bay or the date 2020. These subtle doubling effects can be challenging to spot but are highly prized by collectors because they are evidence of a unique minting process gone awry. Another remarkable error is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin blank isn't properly centered during the striking process, leading to a quarter that looks misprinted with part of the design missing or shifted to one side. For this quarter, off-center strikes might show a partial cannon or waves cut off, making each off-center coin a one-of-a-kind artifact. Off-center errors are especially rare and desirable because they reveal an unusual moment frozen in minting history. Then there are die cracks, thin, raised lines appearing on the coin's surface caused by cracks in the die itself. These cracks create unique patterns that collectors love. Some Salt River Bay quarters exhibit die cracks around the cannon or the inscriptions, adding an extra layer of rarity and character. No two die cracks are exactly alike, so they make each coin with this error truly special. Condition is critical when it comes to the value of these error coins. Even the rarest errors won't fetch top dollar if the coin is heavily worn or damaged. The highest value is reserved for coins in pristine, uncirculated condition, often graded by professionals as mint state. These flawless coins exhibit sharp details, brilliant luster, and no signs of circulation wear. So, what does this mean for the value of the 2020 Salt River Bay Quarter? While most quarters are worth just their face value or a small premium, those with these rare mint errors in excellent condition have been known to fetch astonishing prices. Collectors have paid thousands for coins with double die or off-center errors, but the most extraordinary examples have reached jaw-dropping figures. In fact, the rarest and most pristine Salt River Bay error quarters have been valued at up to $73,000. Yes, $73,000 for a single quarter, an incredible testament to how something so small can carry immense historical and monetary value. Imagine holding a quarter that not only commemorates a beautiful and historically rich national park but also carries a minting error so rare that it's worth tens of thousands of dollars. This is the magic of coin collecting, where history, art, and rarity combine to create real treasure. If you find a 2020 Salt River Bay quarter, don't just toss it in your change jar. Take a moment to examine it carefully. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling in the text, look at the edges and design for off-center strikes, and inspect for any fine raised lines that could be die cracks. These tiny details can transform an ordinary coin into a priceless gem. Coin collecting is about more than money, it's about connecting with the stories behind the coins, appreciating the craftsmanship, and experiencing the thrill of discovery. But when your collection holds a coin that could be worth $73,000, that's a story worth sharing. Thanks for joining me on this exciting journey through the 2020 Salt River Bay Quarter. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn about more rare and valuable coins, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. We bring you the best coin stories, tips, and treasure hunts every week. Remember, that 2020 Salt River Bay Quarter in your pocket or collection could be worth an incredible $73,000. Keep collecting, stay curious, and may your next coin discovery be your most exciting yet. Happy collecting!